All right, we're gonna mix it up here. Bill, give us the intro. Welcome to
Old Drunken Discography, where we talk about different artists that we bring up from week to week. This week, the artist is Nickelback. He is Jason.
Yeah.
And he is Tim, wherever he is located.
Yeah.
Philip.
To your left.
And I'm Bill. I'm the moron that decided we were going to do Nickelback this week. If you want to bring up an artist for us to discuss, leave a link down in the bio or subscribe to our Patreon and tell us which one we need to do next, and we will do it. If you want to come on the show, let us know down in the comments. If you want,
Jam fans, I need you.
Join our Discord, link in the description. Feel free to tell us why you think that Nickelback is the greatest band ever. I'm sure I missed something, but that's about the gist of it.
That's the gist of it. We are talking Feed the Machine 2017.
2017. That would have been my junior/sophomore year of college, depending on when it was released.
That would have been when I was like knee deep in fatherhood and listening to other bands.
I'm sure I was sleeping in a dumpster at that point.
All right, Feed the Machine. I'm going to start this one off because when I was putting the sheet together and like pulling getting the track list down, getting the album art down, I was like, that's an interesting concept. Is it self-referential? Surely, because by this point in 2017, they know about the memes. They know,
They know they're a laughing stock.
Right.
Oh, God, yeah.
So are they?
They know they're on the butt end of rock at this point.
Right. So I was mildly interested.
The butt end of butt rock?
The reddest of the red state. I do like the name of the album. I like the artwork. I think it's fitting. The opening title track, Feed the Machine. I still say they always open with the album with the best riffs on the album. Every single time. His lyrics are advancing, I'll give it that. I like the line, the gears forever turn to grind, the mice. Will you become the fuel for sacrifice? Power absolutely all for show. The piper blows his flute, and off you go. Surely this is self-referential, right? Because that would be kind of cool. Coin for the Ferryman. Damn, that was a cool Bush riff. It's nice to at least get back to Bush instead of whatever the hell the last few albums were. The lyrics would have made for one hell of a barn burner if it was a country song. Song on Fire. I see they got the runner-up from Australian Idol to help co-write this one. It was a fine, inoffensive ballad. Must Be Nice. Okay. What have I been saying through this whole discography? Boom.
No means no.
I've been saying that too, but now he is paying homage to his biggest inspiration for writing. One step, two step, electric slide, red fish, blue fish, blow your mind. Engine, number 9. Mama's gonna let you set the moon on fire, Jack. Be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack wound up with a broken neck. Humpty Dumpty, do your thing. Daddy's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Motherfucking Dr. Seuss nursery rhymes. Fuck it. Top song contender. For being authentic, making me bust out laughing, and for validating everything I've been saying. Plus, it had a decent guitar solo. After the Rain, the verses were annoying, but the chorus was actually really pretty. I didn't mind this one overall. For
Isn't that a Nelson song?
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. It might be, but it's not. I mean, it is, but it's not. For the River was kind of dumb, but not an offensive dumb. It just kind of existed. Home, same with Home. It's still radio safe rock, but it's not frat boy dumbass shit. It's more late Def Leppard at this point. I'll take it. The Betrayal, Act 3. Where is Act 2? And why is Act 1 after 3? Song was okay, I
Fair
guess. Nothing
question.
special, but it didn't piss me off, minus the out of order sequencing. Silent Majority. Uh-oh, Nickelback is getting political. Only it's so vague, it doesn't really say anything. Just enough to get some rallied up, but not enough to really offend anyone. It could work at a Trump rally or a Biden rally. Take your pick. Every time we're together, I like the production. The mix is really good with what they did with the guitars. It's reminiscent. It's a reminiscing song that was missing on that last one. The last one didn't have the reminiscent song. Again, it's not good, but it's not bad either. I'll take it. The Betrayal, Act 1, instrumental, whatever. Wasn't that interesting, but it wasn't the worst closer they've had. This was the most neutral, safe album I think they have ever made. There was nothing that actively pissed me off, and Must Be Nice made me laugh so damn hard, so it wins points for that.
I could follow that one up because that absolutely makes sense, and that sums up Nickelback, especially, and in some ways that sums up 2017 music as well. Just because this is post that 2016 election, a lot of the true pop rock bands, a lot of what they're doing, it wasn't political, but it was still political to an extent. It's like you could interpret it how you wanted, but they were really starting to tread the line because of how a lot of things were going at that point in time. I'll say this. Oh,
I was very disappointed in 2016. That election was a big deal. And generally, music gets better during an election year. I mean, you look back at the 90s, you look even early 2000s,
92, yeah.
2004,
Yeah.
good shit comes out. 2016, what the fuck came out in 2016 that like had that election like power?
I mean, even 2017, nothing really.
Feed
Did
the
Ministry
Machine?
come out with anything? I don't think. I mean, Tim, you would know better than I would. I'll be honest.
Who?
Ministry.
They were putting stuff. They're still putting stuff out. And yeah, their Trump album was really good, but I don't think it came out until 2018.
Gotcha. So it's like a 1 year, 1.5 year.
Yeah, I mean, at
However you
that
want
point,
to.
they're 40 years into their career,
Yeah.
so you can't expect.
No, of course not. But
Yeah,
I only mention because that's usually the one that's like, yeah, you can guarantee that's going to be a good
and
album.
yeah, absolutely a fair point.
No Effects. They let me down.
I mean that. Hear me out from like a general perspective here. A lot of bands that existed from the 90s and 2000s, when it got to the 2010s, especially the late 2010s, post 2016, kind of started to let stuff down, relatively speaking.
Well, and I'm gonna get a little metaphysical with that, where like, rock and roll as a concept needs to revolutionize.
The need, I, and that,
The
there needs to be
kids need
there
to
needs
come
be
up and say something new.
Yep, that's it. There needs
And
to be
that
something-
hasn't happened since 1991.
That's it. There's gonna be something that's not Nirvana, that's not Pearl Jam, that's not Dinosaur, that's not Beatles, that's not Rolling Stone, that's not Ramones. Like, okay,
Right.
we need
And so here
something
we are in 2024. We're 30 years, which means we should have had one 15 years ago, but it didn't
It
happen.
didn't happen.
So
15
now we're
years.
minus one.
I
And
mean,
it's
we
still
have
not
Mallcore.
happening.
Does that count?
What?
I said we had Mallcore back then. Does that count? And no, it doesn't.
No, that
It
doesn't count.
doesn't. No, because they weren't doing anything new either.
It was just the same stuff.
Mallcore is like the equivalent of like what the 80s were doing with like The Cure and
Journey.
Yeah, that was like that side thing that was like kind of cool, but not.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
It
It
was
didn't have any like actual meaning behind it.
Yep. It
In
didn't
a
have any
true
lasting
revolution,
ramifications.
whether it be musical, political, societal, whatever, a true revolution has to have meaning behind it.
Yep.
and we didn't have that in the 2010s.
And we haven't had meaning in music in 30 years.
Tell me about it. I've been alive for 25.
I mean, you went from like
I
you
feel for
had
you.
you
I
had
feel for
John
you.
Lennon and Paul McCartney, and you had the Beatles who
Right.
revolutionized
Right.
shit. Then
Right.
in the 90s, you had Nirvana who revolutionized shit.
Yep. And you
it-
got the Ramones and the Sex Pistols in the 70s revolutionizing shit.
right, but we're talking. I'm talking like mainstream here. Like,
Well, Ramones were pretty
I mean, David
mainstream.
Bowie.
I mean, Sex Pistols were also pretty mainstream. I'll give Tim that too. At least in my opinion, they were.
I never liked the
that
Sex
was a
Pistols.
major turning stone in music.
I'm not
that,
talking music. I'm
new
talking.
wave
I'm talking
jumped off of.
society. I'm talking like a cultural revolution.
Well,
Punk
yeah,
has always been a
yeah.
subgenre of that. Yeah, there was a punk revolution, but it was never that mainstream. I'm talking like Beatles, Nirvana, what? Nickelback?
No doubt. Go back and watch that episode.
No doubt was not revolutionary at all.
I don't know, man. That bonus hidden
Hey,
track
baby.
was
Hey,
killer
baby.
on Saturn.
Hey.
Yeah, the 2000s was a joke. The 2010s was a little better, but not because of Feed the Machine.
So going back to Feed the Machine. So let's see, Feed the Machine. So Coin for the Ferryman. There's a song about the ferryman that I liked a lot more that came out. It would have been a little bit after this album by a completely different artist that I hope we can cover at some point in time on here. That I'm kind of interested to see what you guys think about when we get to them.
Who?
I'm not going to disclose anything at the point here. I mentioned them before in private.
Send it in the group text, and if you guys want to get on Patreon, you can find out with us.
Yep. Song on Fire and Must Be Nice. I'll just lump those two together here. I thought that they were a decent 1-2 punch on this album. I thought they were a solid combo. I like that they were doing a lot more with the instruments at this point in time. At the same, I don't know. Nickelback as a band has always left me wanting a little bit more. I'll say that throughout this entire discography. And even growing up listening to it, it's like, okay, you've shown me that you can potentially do more, but give me more. Give me more that I want to see. I want to listen to more. I want to see something more that you do. After the Rain, for me, might have been the low point of the album. I don't know. That was what I thought. Followed up by For the River. I really like the guitar also on that. That was a good song. Home. Oh, I mean, I know that was the big single, I'm pretty sure, from this album. It, as an intro to the album, I thought it was okay to good.
An intro. It's track
No,
7.
no. As a single that introduced me to the album. That's
okay.
would have been.
Yeah, it's a radio rock safe.
Yep, it is. That being said, obviously they're doing nothing new in it. I feel like they had a lot better radio rock singles, relatively speaking. They also had worse radio rock singles, don't get me wrong.
Like Rockstar.
Saving Me was worse, but The Betrayal, I mean, I'm kind of with Jason here, like where the fuck did Act 2 go?
If you're a Nickelback fan, let us know down in the comments below where the fuck is Act 2.
Actually, though, because I think I like to say I'm a Nickelback fan. I don't know where Act 2 is. I don't.
They're starting to get into some Def Leppard territory with their numbering system here.
Silent majority, because they definitely it's a political but also an apolitical thing at the same time. So it's kind of in that weird in between where at the points like you really don't want the song to exist, or just from the standpoint, it's like, okay, you aren't doing anything, you aren't saying anything, so why are we here? Why are we existing? Why do we care? Every time we're together, again, kind of in tandem with the last couple here, I felt like that would have been maybe a better closer to the album. Than the Betrayal Act 1, which was after Act 3, which is beside the point. Um, I think. Oh, this would have been the one. I didn't listen to any of this stuff while I was in college. This would have been post college for me. So this would have been 2020 to 2023. I would have been listening to this. Um,
Last year, dude.
yeah, tell me about it. 6 years after the fact.
Where does the time go?
Yeah, don't even remind me. Dude, 2024 is half over at this point. Like, mind blown. Anyways,
Welcome to the future.
or your eyesight's going bad. Anyways, it's oh, this was the album I I enjoyed for reasons differentiable from the prior Nickelback albums. And there's not a lot more I'm going to say at this moment about that.
Because it's not your turn to guess, is it? You
No.
fucker.
It is not my turn to guess. It is your turn to guess.
Well, first we gotta have a word from our sponsor, Home Depot.
Man, they ain't even fucking sponsoring us, but that's fucking perfect.
I know. Home Depot, you better sponsor us after these fucking. I listen to 10 Nickelback records. You better sponsor us.
I want my nickel back.
I want my fucking Nickelback.
Brad, I gave you 50 cents.
All right, Tim, what you got for Feed the Machine?
Okay, so I will say that I did like that they ended on the instrumental.
Okay.
That's the first time they've done anything interesting in this discography.
That's a huge fucking plus. We're looking for interesting. We're looking for different here. Keywords.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
new.
other than that, I put the album on and I started just kind of vacuuming around the house, and I noticed that I needed to re-kills the ceiling. So I went down to the local Home Depot and I bought some kills. I got the big 5-gallon bucket because, it's popcorn ceiling. You gotta do it. And so I kills that shit, and then I taped everything off, covered everything in plastic, and then I went and they were actually out at Home Depot, unfortunately, so I had to go to Lowe's. Don't tell anybody.
Oh shit.
But
Lowe's
I
will
had to go
sponsor
to
you too.
Lowe's to rent a pressure washer machine where I could just, easily apply the kills. And of course, I'm wearing a mask during that, safety first. And then, I got done kills in my apartment, and it was about track number 7 or whatever. And so then I had to return the equipment to Lowe's. And I felt so dirty about going to Lowe's that I went to Home Depot and I just hung out in the lumber yard. and watched the girl cut the 2x4s.
Well, was this the
And
original girl, or was this a still high turnover person?
oh, it's definitely a new girl.
Oh, okay.
High turnover. I never
High
caught any names. It was always new people every time. A lot of turnover.
Can't remember names, but you remember the faces.
I'm just there for the lumberyard, you know? Yeah, the way he says ferryman didn't quite sit right with me. He says ferryman.
Tell you, you
Yeah,
missed that
so,
one.
you know, I got a nice new bathroom out of the set, you know? So, like, the shower's all regrouted, the toilet's installed. I got a nice sink, like there's a little like LED light attached to the faucet, so every time I turn the hot water on, the light pops on every time it like gets above 55 degrees. It's really nice.
Oh my God.
Man, I wish my bathroom was as high tech as
No
that.
shit. I want some LED in the bathroom.
Man, I'm just
Hang out
happy.
at Home Depot, man.
I'm
You can
ju-
get all kinds of great deals.
I'm just happy when my light turns on and off when I pull the chain.
All right, all right, all right. Whose turn is it to guess? Bill guessed last time. It means it's my turn to guess. Tim had some different. It ended on instrumental. That was different. So it's gonna be better than that. 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 And better than that. But it's not gonna knock that Silver Side Up off.
I mean, you know, that sounds pretty accurate to me.
Oh, I should have thought about. I think it is gonna knock Silver Side off.
Okay,
I think it will.
sure. Yeah.
I think it will. All right. I figured out Tim's plan. I figured out his pattern. All right, Bill.
Hi.
Surely it's better than that. 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 Number 4.
There you go.
I started to think Bill's
Damn,
pattern.
Jason's got it this round.
I think
Did we
Bill's
get
pattern
his
is starting
right?
to be Tim's pattern.
What?
Y'all is wrong. Well, Tim's not wrong. This motherfucker is going up, up, up,
Up?
up.
Oh, look at that.
I'll say this was the most neutral, safe album I think I have ever heard. There was nothing that actively pissed me off. And Must Be Nice made me laugh so damn hard. It wins points for that. For that, it takes my number 1 spot.
And I just really thought the production was lovely and the performances were adequate and the songwriting was there.
What makes this album, if you think about it, if you put yourselves in the mind of Chad and Nickelback and their goal of what they want to do.
Can we call him Chattelback?
You could. Yeah, that's fitting. I think in 2017 to put out a record that you could play at a Trump rally or a Biden rally and both of those groups of people would be like, yeah, that's fucking genius. That's mass appeal. And I think they nailed it. I think they pulled it off. I think they're feeding the machine. And make me laugh, or I'm sorry, must be nice. That's a fucking.
Make me laugh.
That's a dude. I was dying. I was rolling around on the ground laughing so hard. It was genius. It's like they wrote a song just for me. All right, we got one more to go. We gonna get rolling, keep rolling.
What?
That's Limp Bizkit. Fuck Limp Bizkit. You know what?
Please don't make me listen to that.
All these motherfuckers now, like we're speeding up. We're speeding up the timeline. Remember when '80s was like retro and cool? Maybe like 4 years ago, '80s was like the big thing, and then it was like the '90s.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Yeah, then they like blew past the '90s, and now like Limp Bizkit and Korn and Creed are cool again. What the?
Yeah, now 2003 is cool again.
Well, it's around the corner. Nickelback's about to be really fucking cool again.
Are they going to capitalize on it with their most recent album? Stay tuned.
No, they're going to put out an album after Get Rolling. They're going to fucking hit that money. You watch. Nickelback, they know what they doing. They ahead of the curve. Def Leppard is 6 years
Kitty,
behind.
you're so pretty.
Nickelback is 3 years ahead.
Hello, Kitty, you're so pretty.
Be safe. Make good decisions.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling on.